Hi, my name is Brendan McCorkadale and I'm here to teach you how to make hard-broiled eggs. First, you'll need your ingredients, which is just 6 large eggs and a pot of water. Then, you'll need your equipment, which includes a pot with water in it, obviously for the eggs, with a fitted lid. Then you will also need a large slotted spoon, a bowl of ice and water for later use, and a timer, and the stovetop of an oven. Now, the importance of having hard-boiled eggs and keeping them for yourself is so you can have them for breakfast or lunch when you feel like it, or for dinner. Now, if you cook them at night and then put them in the fridge after you have cooked them, then they could be used as breakfast, like a quick and easy breakfast in the morning to grab and go. Now, the steps are to put the eggs in the water in the pot. Make sure the water is at least 1 inch above the eggs in the pot. The next step is you wait for the water to boil and then start and then after it's done boiling, you immediately take it off the eye and put the fitted lid on it and let it sit for at least 8 to 12 minutes, depending on how you like your hard-boiled egg. After letting it sit for 12 minutes, take it out. Well, while you're waiting the 8 to 12 minutes, take your bowl and put ice and water in it for the next part. After the 8 to 12 minutes are up, next thing you have to do is take the eggs out of the pot and put them in the ice cold water. Then let them sit for approximately 1 minute. After that is done, you take them out, gently tap the egg on a hard surface to make sure the shell will crack, and then gently roll it around while still applying pressure to it to let the egg crack more. And then you will go to the faucet or keep your hands in the cold water if you can handle the cold, and then slowly start peeling off the rest of the shell. After that, the eggs are ready to eat, but you might want to cut one in half just to make sure they aren't overcooked. If there's a green ring around the center of the egg after it's cooked, then that means it's overcooked. Now I will show you. Here I have my equipment on my stovetop. I have my pot with the eggs in it right here, and then I have my bowl I'm going to put the water and ice in later. Right now, we're going to start with the stove and turn it on dual high to let it start to boil. And now we shall wait. Now, as you can see, the water has started boiling, so we're going to turn the eye off. And now we have to move the pot off the heat. And we take our fitted lid and we place it on top. As you can see, I do not have a perfectly fitted lid for mine. But now, as we wait for the eggs to cool down in the hot water, we'll set a timer for 12 minutes because we want firm, hard-boiled eggs. We don't want the 8-minute eggs, which are still creamy, but they're still firm, but they're creamy as well. So we wouldn't want that. We want firm, hard-boiled eggs. Now, while we wait on this, I'm going to tell you why it took so long for it to boil. The reason it takes so long for water to boil in some places is because of the atmospheric pressure that they're in. So the higher you are, the less time it's going to take for water to boil, just because there's less atmospheric pressure there. Now as we wait, I'm going to fill up this bowl full of ice and water for the eggs after they come out of the pot. Now I'm getting eggs out, or not eggs, but I'm getting ice out of my ice maker in my refrigerator. Gonna need a lot of ice for this. And now I will fill it up with water in my faucet. And so now, whenever this comes off, the ice water will be immediately ready for the eggs to go in. Now my timer has just went off, so it's time to take the eggs out of the pot. Now whenever you bring up the lid, you don't want to bring it up towards you because the steam will hit you, and you don't want the steam to hit you, so point it away from you. Use the lid as a shield so the steam doesn't get in your face and burn you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the wooden slotted spoon and we're going to carefully take out the eggs and put them in here. Make sure you do it carefully so you don't break the egg. If you have a spoon that is more curved, that would work better. Not a ladle. A ladle would get the hot water in it, and you don't want that. You want a slotted spoon. I'm just now getting the last two out. And now we wait for approximately about a minute until the eggs can cool down inside the ice water, and then we'll start to peel them. Okay, so it's been about a minute since I took them off and put them in the ice cold water, so now we're going to start peeling them. So first we're going to take the egg, tap it on the surface until it cracks, and then we're going to sit it down and roll it around so that more of the egg can crack. Now I'm only going to show one so that this video isn't prolonged further. And now that it's all cracked, we're going to put it back in the ice cold water because it helps it take off the shell, and we're going to peel it. Now this is probably going to take me a while, so I'm going to pause it right here. As you can see, I have taken off all the shell of this egg, so it'd be edible to us. And now that it's got all the shell off and everything, you'll want to cut it in half to make sure it wasn't overcooked. If it was overcooked, there would be a green circle around the middle toward the yolk. So let me cut this in half for a second. And now, as I look at the middle of it, I do not see a green ring, and the yolk is firm and isn't creamy, so that means it was cooked all the way through. And so now it's time to eat. I hope you enjoyed my video, or my speech, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope you enjoy your hard-boiled eggs.